Hello, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Kwe. It is such a pleasure to be here with all of you to celebrate the graduation of these amazing New Brunswick College of Craft and Design students. A sincere congratulations to the students, but I would say to everyone who has been involved and part of your journey and your success. I feel especially honored to be here today and to be named a fellow of this fine institute that has played a significant role in my professional life and has had a resounding impact on our city, province, country, and beyond for over 80 years. This college helps define Fredericton. It helps shape our character. One only needs to spend time in our downtown to feel the influence of this school and its students. The campus on Queen Street with its billboards, the contribution of the college's artisans in our markets and in our festivals, but most especially the vibe that you all create that is ever present in our city. I have spent my career building community through advancing the arts. I began working as an arts administrator. It's interesting, Danielle says she graduated in 1995. In 1995, I was hired by the Beaverbrook Art Gallery. And then shortly thereafter, I became the executive director of the New Brunswick Crafts Council. Interestingly, I'm a political scientist by education. I have my master's in political science. And I love politics, as you can probably tell, given my career spent in politics. However, while some may consider it a leap, this leap to the world of art, look, for me, it was pretty intuitive. I was raised going to craft festivals. I don't know who remembers the Mactaquac craft festivals. We've brought it back, which I was so glad to see that. But in the 1970s, they were just this, they took over the Mactaquac Provincial Park. I went to those. My mother, my grandmother would take me. We went to studios. My mom and my gram, they always purchased human-made products because these products best reflected who we are as a people. I continue to wear. If you looked at my jewelry box or if you looked at my cupboards, you would see human-made goods. Because I just think I feel people when I touch and wear those goods. It was at this time, I feel, my time at the Crafts Council in particular, that I felt the intrinsic value of craft and design. And it was also during my time at the Crafts Council that I began working closely with instructors and staff at the college, and then we used to always call it the craft school. I formed some really special friendships with those in the creative sector. A lot, though, were affiliated with the college. So many of the people that I met during that time, they are still my close friends. Even when I stopped working in the sector, I carried those friendships and those relationships because they were so real. They were so authentic. They were so meaningful, just like the people themselves. But I believe that we developed such close bonds because we shared something. We were in it together. The work was very challenging, I would say. It definitely not a pro-arts environment. And very sadly, that continues. We're all fighting the good fight, and we must continue to fight the good fight so that we are a pro-arts environment. But even at a time when that struggle was a little deeper, it did provide this opportunity for us to come together, to build opportunities for artists to advance, exhibit, promote, sell their work, advocating for the importance of the arts and its creators to our society. What stands out especially to me when I think of working in this world in this creative sector, the world of art, of craft, of design, what sticks out really most is the generosity and the kindness of the people who work in this field. And a lot of those people trained and were taught or were teachers and instructors here at the college. You know, everyone who worked in the field, they always put their hands up. When I was at the Crafts Council, look, there was great need. There was myself, I had an admin assistant, and a part-time events coordinator. We were developing programming province-wide on 2.5, 3 people if I could get a grant. And the only way that that was made possible was through people volunteering. And it's always the busy people who volunteer. The principal, or as it was called now, director, studio heads, they always sat on my board of directors at the Crafts Council. They curated the exhibitions. They brought food to the openings. They sat on the jurying committee. They did everything possible to advance and to support the development of emerging artists. I was so incredibly grateful for all that they did to help my work. But most of all, I was grateful for the way that they shared their knowledge with me and how they helped me learn and grow as a professional. And as I was preparing my remarks for today, I was taken back to that time. And I thought of that generosity. I thought of that kindness. And then today, being on this stage, what I feel most is love. Do you all feel that in the room? There's a lot of love in this room. There's a lot of love felt by people who make things. And I feel that that is alive today with us, and I hope that you all carry the spirit of that with you. You know, we are very fortunate as a community to have a visual arts-based post-secondary institute here in our city. An institute so linked and so integral to fostering a driving economic sector. Because the creative sector is a driving force in our economy. It's actually one of the 4 pillars of our region's economic development. We have 4 pillars. The creative sector is one, and it's because of the number of people who work in this sector, the output of those of you who are working in this sector, the post-secondary institutes in this sector that support the work. It's for all those reasons that it's one of the pillars of our economic development. But it's central to the importance, I'd say central to that work is the importance of the New Brunswick College of Craft and Design. Having the New Brunswick College of Craft and Design here is one of the reasons why the creative sector is one of the economic development pillars. Because this college educates, trains, and supports the artists who work and create in our province. And in addition to the foundational programming and artistic and technical instruction that produces such fine craft professionals and designers from all of its programs, there is a real spirit of industriousness that comes with being an artisan or designer educated at NBCCD. This figure-it-out attitude that will transfer to every field, no matter what you choose. You know, I always find the curiosity and the problem-solving skills, the willingness to explore and to experiment, so incredibly helpful in every space, whether it's at work, whether it's in your community, whether it's in your personal lives. Look, someday you're going to own a home, and or you're not going to own a home. You're going to have a car, or you're going to have a bike, or you're going to have something you might want to fix. You want to be the person, or you want to have the person that says, I can fix that. I can figure it out. There might not be a manual, but I have the ability, I have the training, I was given the knowledge to figure this out. And that is what you developed here at the College of Craft and Design, that figure-it-out attitude that will take you so far. When College Director Jared Peters, another executive director of the Charlotte Street Arts Centre, we are in fine company, but when he reached out to inform me that I'd been selected to receive this honorary title, alongside my longtime friend, Danielle Hogan, who also, and I have to say, when I found out Danielle was the other fellow, I thought, what am I doing up here? She's like this amazing artist, an arts professional, and thinker. I follow her work because of its this work in contemporary craft, while everything that is made is imbued with thought and ideology. And her practice is all about that. And I was just so honored to be named with you, Danielle. But when Jared reached out and told me, my immediate emotions were, I felt very humbled, I felt very privileged, very grateful, most especially very proud to know that I would forevermore be affiliated with this highly esteemed institute. The core values of NBCCD: creativity, curiosity, and community. They really resonate with me personally, but all the more so because I know that it is these very values that the world needs most at this moment in time. Open-mindedness, innovation, collaboration, that is what is going to lift us up and sustain us as a people, as a city, a province, a nation. And that is what is being taught and fostered right here at the New Brunswick College of Craft and Design. Congratulations to all of you, to all of the students who have had the experience to learn here and to graduate from this fine place. Congratulations for all of the hard work you put in. Hard work is what is to be congratulated most. It means you showed up, you put in the time, you collaborated with others, you listened, you learned. Congratulations for putting in all of that work. Take pride in your achievements and continue to be creative, curious, and community-minded, because these fundamental values and principles will take you far. Thank you. Merci. Chi Wiliwin.